did show all the cards there. Be like silent movies, interpret as you will. Essentially, the message I got from Virgo was move forward and don't necessarily invest anymore in what you have built so far. There was more to it, but that was the gist of it. Still felt like doing one reading in the meantime. And so I'll do an aware or beware. This is going to be a reading for anyone, the general collective. We'll see what markers come out, how specific it will narrow itself down to. Let's see. If you appreciate my time or energy, let me know. Do give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, becoming a member of Mystic Moons, a moonwalker. There are perks there. And also, too, feel free to go and check out the other content that's on the channel. Let's go and see. This general collective reading, you could also check out, if you feel called to, the other readings that are done in the series of Aware or Beware. Messages from Spirit. Actually, with that in mind, pull a card. Just make sure these are aligned the right way. And let me just fold these in. Let's see. Our message is yesterday. So we have a little bit of an anchor we're starting to get. We have timing. Not necessarily something related to now, something related to prior. I had another card that popped up. Alike, rival, and anger. I wonder with rival and alike, is it actually true that you are alike with someone, or is that projection? I ask that too, especially with anger coming up. Yesterday, well, regardless, it was projection of whether or not you are alike or not. Rival is nonetheless here. What you wanted, what you want now, is something that was desired and pushed for by another as well. Not exactly friendly energy coming up here, but definitely shoulder to shoulder. Push and shove. If the opportunity allowed itself, availed itself, I could see some type of pushing going on here. And although it says yesterday, that's some pretty strong cards here. Not necessarily. Although not today, not necessarily diminished. I have a Knight of Cups. 8 of Cups. Page of Wands. Someone left, said they can go on to better, said they can go and do better, determined to do better. determined to be treated better, determined to gain more. Richer pasture elsewhere, especially from the slight that either they perceived or they went through. Someone who chose to go and divorce themselves from your side, someone who chose to divorce themselves from your company, someone who decided that the level that was provided, or perhaps they were providing you, someone was squishing the other, constraining another to a box that could never fit. Energy's still pretty scattered all the way around it. So we'll pull out a little more. Let's see. My cards are a little sticky. I have effed up. First choice. Somebody definitely said, I am out of here. I can do better. Fresh south. Hot air. Unconditional love. Two cards there. Vampire and monogamy. Well, there's a couple ways we can go and read this. First of all, we do have really strong fire and air here. It's also all about divorcing oneself from their feelings, even though feelings is precisely what aligned you to someone else and them to you. And yet the closer and closer that you got, somebody put the other into a box. And it was not a box favorable to them. Somebody decided to do better, could do better, wanted to be treated better, wanted not necessarily to have someone as a twin, as a mirror, but to also in this energy be recognized as one's own person. A lot of emotionality here also too, because of bonds that existed previously. That sort of extended this situation a little longer than the other would have preferred. We do have some Pisces and Scorpio energy coming up here. Primarily though, this is cord cutting, divorcing, separating, becoming numb, becoming cold, and realizing enough has been given. Now, this is interesting with the, so we have the timing card, right, of yesterday. So all this is before. Before the separation has happened, before the competition existed. Now we're in a different type of energy. And so I ask you, too, we have a direction of south. Of course, with south, we can also be thinking that our year and our climate is heading towards a southerly bent. We could be looking towards the direction of the south, good news coming from the south, or warmer weather. I feel like also saying richer things, slower things. Things don't necessarily have to be rushed. And I would say with vampire and hot air in here, things should not be rushed. Don't be moving fast based on what happened before. There's no rush. The energy that I have for your own personal development, your own id, your emotional thermometer. There should not be a rush. I would say, in fact, go ultra slow on someone who tries to excite you. The words, the actions, the appearances, all looking very enticing. But let's step back and pay attention to action, to substance. What you seek is out there. It is going to come from a new source. And let things progress organically. That is something to be aware of for the collective. If you appreciate my time and energy, do let me know. Give me a thumbs up.